Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining today's session. Let's give it a couple more seconds for any more registrants joining us today. Hope you guys are all doing well. Right, I think we're right on schedule. Let's just get started. Thank you once again for joining. As you can see, today's webinar is going to be about Introduction to Prospect CRM, the #1 stock-aware CRM for B2B product sellers. Let's quickly dive into the session. Just to give you a bit of an introduction, I'll turn on the camera. I'm Suraj, by the way. I will be running through the session today, both the presentation and the demo. I've been with Access and Prospect CRM for close to 2 years now. And I think Prospect has been acquired by the Access Group from the mid 2020, I would say. And we do have operations both in the UK, APAC region, and some parts of Europe as well. If you do end up taking a free trial with us, you will be meeting me and my colleague Peter. So we would have the privilege to go through the demo once again on your existing data. And one of the main reasons, why Prospect CRM, as you know, there's so many other CRMs that you can choose from the market, but why specifically Prospect CRM? To give you a bit of an explanation, we focus on that niche market. So we only focus on companies that sell physical products to B2B, such as wholesalers, manufacturers, and distributors. Hence, I think we are the most recommended CRM for any companies that sell physical products, B2B or B2C as well. And the other reason for today's session is with the sales tools, techniques, the features, and functionality that we have inbuilt in the CRM, we really do help you with some real business growth and some real B2B sales growth as well. To give you a bit more confidence and add value to that point, we're going to let some of our existing customers give you some feedback and some reviews about our product. Like I said, please feel free to go to our website. There are hundreds of testimonials about both us as a product and a company. Please feel free to have a look at them. And also, as you can see, one of our top existing customers based in Australia, Pure Medical Private Limited, Helen, the day they had a call with Prospect CRM, and when she could see the data flow through from our ERP system into Prospect, it was life-changing. I mean, disclaimer right here, we're not going to guarantee that it's going to be life-changing for everyone, but it's certainly worthwhile your time to see the data flow through and how seamless the integration is. And we're going to give you an example of who are the top ERP and accounting software we integrate to. And we've been working with each of those top partners, for more couple of years, which means that the data integration is seamless and it's tightly integrated. And you're going to see through how the information flows through backwards and forwards. And also, you can use all the data, and we give you some actionable insights in the form of sales reporting, some marketing campaigns, and also some cross-selling opportunities at our end. And how do we compare in the market? So the main reason for you here being maybe you're already using a CRM, or you really want to compare where do we stand in the current trend. Just to draw a bit of a comparison, we've got some of the top CRMs in the market. You can pretty much add any other CRM you wish to compare. These are what we call traditional CRMs, all these three top players. And at this day and age, everyone should have, a decent star rating, which is the most important thing on how, good you treat your customers. That's one of the most basic requirements, I would say. As you can see, we're all pretty much based on the similar star rating. And the other thing that differentiates is the pricing. And we are priced at a competitive level as well. So today, we're going to be looking at the professional version, which is going to be $603 per month AUD and $636 per month New Zealand dollars. And it does include up to 4 users. And if you're after any additional users, there is a cost involved, which we could discuss later towards the end of the session. And the other thing which kind of differentiates us from the traditional CRM is the early adopters. Initially, when the CRM was built, it was more focused towards a service-led business, where you can see on the screen, which could be IT, computer software, management consulting, and advertising, where there would be an elongated sales process, and each divisions would try to log their activity, a lot of information and emails they'll try to attach to it, probably process a quote, and all that information gets captured. And finally, they try to sell that service, which might take 1, 2, or even 5 years to implement that solutions, and you try to track that as well. But as you can see here, there is no repeat order involved with any of those CRMs. And it's more focused towards a service led, and it's a high ticket, elongated sales process. Unfortunately, most of the top CRMs don't really focus on that, what it requires for a wholesale distribution and manufacturing industry. That's where we come into the picture, where we really try to analyze the buying pattern of your customer. And we also ensure we give you the right tools to get them onto that repeat order cycle, and also ensure that you have your maximum customer retentions and as many as customers ordering your goods as well. And we've also got, we do constant releases on a monthly basis, where all that is based on the feedback that we get from our existing customer. So by far, we are the right fit for any wholesalers, distributors, and manufacturers looking for a CRM. And to add on to that topic, we will send you through this link as well. And by the way, I did forget to mention that this session is recorded, so you will be able to share this recording with all your colleagues, and to get their constructive feedback on their thoughts about the webinar and the CRM as well, if it's a good fit. As you can see, we've been voted as the niche #1 stock aware CRM. That's a very unlikely award to be presented for a CRM. And today's session is going to be all about what made us get that award. What are the features and functionality that we have inbuilt? And as you can see, these are the various other partners, platform who have given our reviews. And we've also got the easiest setup, the most implementable, and the highest user adoption, so on and so forth. Please do feel free to have a look at our website for the reviews. And one of the key areas that really help us drive forward is this growth formula, or the growth model. It does look fairly simple, but for us to implement this, it does take quite an effort from your end and our end. Like what I mean to say is, with any traditional CRM, the whole idea is to bring in as many as customers into the business through your marketing campaigns or opportunity management. We do that we do that function as well. Apart from that, what we do is we push through your customers onto this mechanism, which focuses on the higher CLTV, customer lifetime value. We have these 3 mechanisms which are built in, which I'm going to shortly show you what they are. So when you go through that, so together that's equal to sales growth. If I jump onto the next bit, I'm sure you've seen this heaps of time, the classic funnel of doing business. This is one of the most basic concepts in any CRM. As you can see, the CRM collects the leads that marketing generates. This could be, your marketing campaigns that you run, or your inquiry form that you've set up on your website, or some cold calling, telemarketing. Whichever way, you capture all that leads coming in, you qualify them, and then you push them through a sales process. Again, this could be your first level meeting, your first face-to-face meeting, or that initial phone call again, or process a quote, sending a quote for approval, or even sending samples if that's part of your business process. And finally, you close the deal, as you can see. And in wholesale and distribution, if this first order is a bit tentative, as you know, you're already paying for your marketing efforts and your salespeople, and this first order is tentative, this whole process could be a loss-making effort. And unfortunately, all the top CRMs kind of stop right here. They try to fill in the funnel with more leads to get the first order, and boom, that's where they're done. And that's where we come into the picture, where we not only go a step further, and we not only onboard your customers, and we also push them through that, the mechanism that I spoke to you about, which focuses on those 3 components, which is order frequency, increasing that average order value, and most importantly, customer retention. So we try to retain your customers as long as possible, which in turn increases your profitable growth. And also, you don't have that leaky bucket effect where you're bringing in more customers and they're going through the other side of the funnel. So that's where we really focus on bringing in more customers, and most importantly, your existing customers as well. Just a quick touch upon the growth playbook. This is something our onboarding team will sit with you and really focus on the areas that you are looking to grow. If I just do give you a quick insight. Sorry about that technical glitch. I thought we lost that slide for a moment. And as you can see, it's broken down into the growth formula, which is more customers and higher customer lifetime value. And we don't have to go through each of these components here. If you do wish to decide to go live with us, this is something our onboarding team will go through with you. And as you can see, we've also got a scorebook, app where you can take a quiz on these 7 components. And we would recommend you to take it as truthfully as possible. And this also gives you an insight on, where exactly you're placed with each of these components and which are the areas that you really need to address and focus on straight away. So we will send you through that link. I think that's on the next slide. But as you can see, today we're going to be seeing these early wins which are deployed, which will give us those early paybacks. But the whole idea is we would like you to use things that require a bit more planning and configuration. Like in today's live example in this session, we're going to be seeing this process of processing a quote and confirming it through, how will it be if the customer is going to confirm it, which is the quote to order workflow we've got. And we've also got the ability to integrate to marketing tools and automate your email campaigns. So we integrate to MailChimp, Klaviyo, and Spotler. These are some of the partners we integrate to. And I'll quickly touch upon this RFM acronym, what that stands for, because that's one of the most important reporting tools we've got in the CRM. Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking to you about. So we will send you through this link for the Score app. Please feel free to take this quiz. It's quite, important, and it actually gives you some actionable insights on where you're standing currently with your business. And this is the lifeline of the CRM, which is RFM. It is an industry standard reporting tool that we didn't build, but we have adapted in the CRM. So based on the sales history from your ERP and accounting software, what we've done is we've segmented your customers into champion, loyal, at risk, and so on. Let me tell you what RFM is. It's recency, frequency, and monetary value. So champion customers are ones, who obviously buy often, buy recently, and spend the most. Similar to an at-risk customer who did spend big money at one point in time, but they've dropped in revenue due to various reasons. Again, it could be the seasonality, or it could be, the change in pricing or change in buyer, whatever may be the reason. We indicate those customers to you. And we also provide you some actionable insights on how you can get them back to that, repeat order cycle. There's another component that we actually added to this segment, which is the new customer. As you know, the key for any business is to bring in as many as new customers as possible. That's what keeps the lifeline, the life cycle keep growing. And research has proven that, when you bring in a customer, the fourth order is like the tipping point. That's exactly when they consider yourself as a supplier, potential supplier. So until your customer has placed a fourth order, what we're trying to do here is we push them onto this, we keep them in this segment. And also this gives an opportunity for your sales team to work with them a bit more closely, build that relationship organically, and eventually push them up through the segment and make your champion and loyal customer. So that's exactly what we're trying to achieve today. And without further ado, let's move on to the next slide. What is integrated? I think that's the million-dollar question. This is exactly why you're here today. What is the kind of information that we pull through from some of the top back-end ERP system and accounting software? We've got a couple of examples here, like Cin7 Core, Omni, Katana, Sage, Xero, and QuickBooks. So basically, with the integration, it's pretty powerful, and it does go both ways when it comes to sales order. So what we do is we capture all your taxes, the GST or VAT that you operate on, the home currency and the other currencies that you work on. We also capture your warehouses, if you've got multiple warehouse location. Of course, your customer information. That's pretty much what a CRM is in for. And we capture your products as well, product and any other quotes and sales orders. With all that information, what we do is we pull through that to the CRM, and we give you some actionable insights in the form of some reporting tools like RFM that we just looked upon, and some reports called Magic Matrix. I'm going to give you what that means. I'm going to show you what that means. And also what we try to achieve is we have the ability to quote in the CRM and confirm the quote in the CRM, which will be pushed into your accounting software or back into your inventory management software, which is pretty cool. And also, we also have the ability to create new products. So if you're one such company which has multiple SKUs in your in your operations, and you don't want to have them all saved up in your ERP or accounting software, we have the ability to create those products. And then once when you hit confirm, it will be pushed into your your backend ERP solutions as a new product, and then you can create the product. It is a bit of a catch-22 situation, but it's something definitely worthwhile trying for those companies who have a big catalog. And of course, we have the ability to capture. We don't have, unlike other CRMs, we don't have any limitations on capturing information. You can hold as many as prospects and company contacts and all the other key data in the CRM. So this is what is integrated, and the sales order is pretty much two ways, goes both ways. So let's quickly jump on to the demo. Before we go to the session, I think I did forget to mention about who I did forget to mention about what's actually this session is recorded as well. That's one thing I did mention. And we've got a small tab on top of your screen, which is the Q&A session. So please feel free to drop any questions and I will pick it up towards the Q&A session towards the end of the demo. I'm going to quickly swap my screen. Hope you're able to see that all right. Let me have a quick look. Awesome. Perfect. So this is pretty much the main dashboard. As you can see, this is exactly how Prospect CRM's dashboard looks like. We've got multiple dashboards, but this is one of the key dashboards, which is the account manager's dashboard. We will quickly touch upon time pending on a couple of these other dashboards. If we have to go through all the features and functionality of the CRM, we would probably be ending up with the session till tomorrow evening. That's how many features and functions we've got, but we'll try to capture the most important ones and keep it as concise as possible. And this screen can be locked to your account managers. So if you've got multiple account managers, in your backend ERP system or accounting software, in your accounting software, we can pretty much assign those account managers in the CRM, and you can lock it according to the accounts or the customers that they deal with. So once when they log in, they'll only be able to see the kind of revenue that they bring in and the customers that they're dealing with. But the management team will have the visibility to see the entire operations of the business. That's another little UI feature we've got. And right now I'm connected to a company called That's My Jam Limited as a support user. So kindly bear with me if there's any, data integrity not being up to the mark. We'll try our best to go through all the information. So this company's got to do everything with jams, like, they're a manufacturer and then they also supply to B2B. So that's what we're going to be targeting. So straight away, picking up from where we left in the presentation, RFM, front and center. So based on the sales history from your backend solutions, ERP and accounting software, we have categorized your customers into champion, loyal, at risk, and so on. If I quickly jump onto one of your loyal customers over here, with the CRM, we just don't give you, the information like the name, who's the account manager, the first order date, the last order date, or the total order count. We also provide you some actionable insights. So you can pretty much go in through this three-dot menu. You can select a field if you want to add another field, additional field. You can add that, or you can save any of our reports to Excel, which means that you can pretty much make this into a contact list and be on top of all your loyal customers. And as I did mention, we have the ability to integrate to the top 3 email marketing tools like MailChimp, Klaviyo, Spotler, which means you can push through this contact list into one of those providers, formulate your email, add your flyers, and you can push that campaign through. And any response you get from that campaign will get saved under marketing under campaigns. And then, your marketing team or your sales team can qualify it and work on it accordingly. So that's the kind of level of integration and the kind of data that we kind of project to you. And if I quickly jump onto one of the contacts here, in Flora Farm Shop. So all this information, like the company details, all this is pulled through from your backend ERP solutions and your accounting software. For instance, the name, the phone number, and also you can see on the right, you've got the at a glance section, which gives you the segment they belong to, and also the last 365 days. You can see, they are a growing customer and they're growing by almost 142%, which is a great sign. This is a rolling period, so tomorrow it would show you, the revenue generated from the last 365 days tomorrow. Similar to that, if you've set up your financial year to date, this is a rolling period as well. Every day this does get updated. And you've also got some other categorization section here, like who's the account manager, which territory. The beauty about Prospect CRM is totally configurable. If you don't want to mark this or change it according to your requirement, you can totally configure this based on your requirement. That's how flexible it is. And similar to that, this entire screen is customizable. If you feel it's a bit overpopulated and you want to keep it as crisp as possible, you can certainly take out certain tabs that you're not going to be using. You can preview it and save it accordingly. So that's the kind of UI features we provide. And this activity feed gives you the top level view of what are the recent sales orders that have come through. So basically, you've got only like in July, they placed an order. You can see the kind of revenue that's come through, and you can see how well they've been performing with the monthly breakdown. And on the left, we've got some information here, like the address and the contact information. For instance, Flora Pharma is the main contact, who's the owner of the business. But if you do want to add an additional contact, you can pretty much save this in the CRM. and there's no limit to saving contacts. You can pretty much add a junior buyer, senior buyer, or accounts payable or receivable, whichever contact you feel is ideal. You can add that right here in the CRM. Opportunities, problems, and quotes. I will come back to the CRM thing, and that's the documents page where it is quite important, where any emails, any quotes, project proposals, all key informations that you send to this customer will be captured in this particular tab over here. And that's the link to open your, so this is a sales ledger. So if you're connected to, say, Cin7 Omni or Core, or Katana, Sage, or even Xero or QuickBooks, this is where it will get reflected. And you'll be able to see the link to open that on the IMS or accounting software as well. Sales transaction tab, what this does is it shows you the line-by-line view of all the orders that have come through, as you can see here with the SKU code description, if they've been ordered, delivered, and invoiced, and what's the currency that you're dealing with, what's the base value, and the margin that you're taking with each of these orders. We also give you the invoice number, transaction date, so on and so forth. And if you're after a particular product, you can pretty much hit that over here, and it's going to pull all the SKUs which are associated with Jam. So that's quite handy on searching through with certain characters of description. You can pull through that information straight away. Now you might be keen on asking me, okay, we're happy to see the transaction. We would want to see a bit more of a view. Let me just quickly refresh that screen for you as we need this data come. Yeah, this is perfect. So this is a sales analysis, is a bit more of a deep dive in where we give you the top level view of the segment, the spend, the order frequency, and the last order date. And we also give you the invoice value by month and the order value by month. This CRM, this graph is pretty interactive, as you can see. If you only want to focus on 2024, you can quickly zoom in and you can see how well you've been tracking, especially the last quarter or so on. You can quickly zoom out. And once when you open this report, we give you the breakdown of the invoice value, and you can see if there's any seasonality involved. Like you can see here, July was the last time they placed an order. It was a significant month. Other than that, earlier this year in Feb was a similar order. You can see they've been fairly a bit of some big orders and then followed up by a few small orders. And if you're on the phone to this customer, you're happy with what you're seeing with the invoice value. But if you want to see what are the products that they get from you, if you quickly scroll down, so this is where we show you the top products by value and by order frequency. By far, the fruit syrup rhubarb has been the top selling product, which attributes to about 51% of their revenue, followed up by another SKU, which is 27%, and you get the idea of the breakdown. And now if we quickly hit the CMO section, open that report, we're going to give you the list of all the top products that they've got from you so far and the kind of revenue they've generated. They've totally got around 22 SKUs from you, and by far the fruit syrup is the top selling product. And if I quickly go onto this product over here, so this is where we get the tagline of the #1 stock-aware CRM. And as you can see right here, we pull through the report like the SKU code, the name, the list price, cost price, the total stock available, and any images you've set up in your ERP system. We capture that information. Which category does it belong to? And if they're stockable or no, all that key information gets captured. And we've also got another key information here, which is the stock level. We also give you the information on the various breakdown of stock. For instance, where exactly it's located in a couple of warehouses in the UK. You can see what's the breakdown like and what's the stock available. And if you do give us access to your supplier's information, we also pull through that information. You can see who's the supplier and what's the cost. And if there's any back orders due, this could be quite crucial if you're out of stock and if you're quoting this product. This order will be parked and it will be processed when the stock is available for you guys. That's another key little information that we pull through from the integration. Sales transaction is similarly, we show you the most recently orders that have come through, and if it's been ordered, delivered, and invoiced. You can see 7 days ago and a couple of months ago, the breakdown of how frequently the orders have come through and how well this product has performed. Sales analysis shows you the top buyers of the product. Ocado by far has been the top consumer of this particular product. You can see the units they've ordered and the value. And this is another key reporting logic we've got, which actually shows you the buying pattern, if there's any seasonality involved. As you can see here, we've given you a breakdown of how well the stock is moved. Like for instance, November has been a significant month compared to the other months. You can certainly save this report to Excel and use this as a forecasting report for your next financial year and hold stock accordingly. So at any given stage, you're not overstocked or like understocked. you've got the right amount of stock and enough space in your warehouse as well. So that's pretty much how we capture that information through the integration. And I'm not quite sure where you hold any images or files associated with the product. The CRM can be a central point of location. You can pretty much add images, additional images, and any ingredients, documents. You can link that right here. And we also capture the special prices that you've set up in your backend ERP solutions. Whatever the pricing list you've got, you might have multiple price lists. We capture that information as well. Finally, before I move on from the integration side, we've got another feature here, which is upsell. So we have the ability. So the three components that I mentioned earlier, our CRM only focuses on that, increasing that order frequency, average order value, and customer retention. This one particular focuses on increasing that average order value. So we have the ability to link products to this particular product for fruit syrup. And every time you quote or process a sales order, whichever product you've linked will come up as a prompt, like a new window prompting your salespeople to, encourage them to upsell. So that's a nice little UI feature we've got. Now, just quickly moving back one step backwards, and I did mention about the magic matrix analysis. So you can see right here, we will show you the global view, but this is exactly how the CRM helps you increase your average order value and analyze any cross-selling opportunities. For instance, Flora Farms, they've got like 4 products from you so far. They're unaware of these other 3 products, and they're aware of these categories. And probably there is an opportunity where they've asked you to send a quote. You've sent that, and eventually, from unaware, we're trying to help you track the potential possibilities and eventually get them to buy another category from you and increase that average order value. So that's the kind of information that we capture right here. Now, just quickly moving on back to the main dashboard. As you can see right here, we've got, till now what we've saw is the kind of information that flows through into the CRM. And we've also got this other information where we've got a bit of AI integrated in the CRM. As you know, that's like the BUS acronym right now. And what this does is it calculates the average order days between each of the orders that are coming through. And it also calculates the shortest time your customers take to place an order and the longest time they take to place an order. Your account managers will love this report. So basically, at the point of their fingertip, they know exactly who are the customers should have placed an order by now, and what's the average order value, and what's the kind of revenue that can be collected even during the free trial period. So most of our customers who have taken the free trial have been benefited by just this one report. We're not going to guarantee you're going to get all those 11 orders, but at least 50% or 75% of these orders will certainly suffice the investment that you're going to be making in Prospect CRM. And the other particular report that focuses on a bit of a seasonality and gives you a segmentation of who are your customers that are growing, static, and declining. So if I open that report, we give you a bit of a comparison on the spend in the last 365 days to the previous 365 days. The good news is you've got a couple of your customers who are growing, which is a great sign, but there are some customers who are dropping in revenue as well. So what the CRM does is we do project you the data, and you can run some targeted marketing campaigns. You can push through the customers who are declining. You can run a specific targeted marketing campaign and get them back to that repeat order cycle. So we obviously give you enough data for you to take those actionable insights and work on your existing customer base. And needs engagement, again, is a great starting point, especially, this is a fictitious account. So it's been a while since we have touched base with all of these customers. But in the future, when you start using the CRM, based on when was the last time you logged an activity, right from entering a note or sending an email or whatever information, if you have missed out on reaching out to a customer, they will reflect in this particular report, which is a great starting point for your account managers as well. And we've also got a bit of an after-sales ticketing solution integrated in the CRM in the form of problems. So we do have a bit of a workflow which you can capture any issues you've got, which could be pretty much damaged goods on delivery, or, as you can see, broken equipment, or all the key informations can be captured here. Time pending, we will try to go through a live example. And that is another report which focuses on any new opportunities that you're dealing with. So we do have sales pipeline reporting where you can capture all your opportunities and you can see if they've been won or lost. They will reflect in this particular dashboard. We will try to show you how those reporting looks like. 12 months order is pretty self-explanatory. It's based on all the orders that have come through with a monthly breakdown. And at the top level view, we give you a bit of a comparison between this month versus last month. So that's quite handy as well. And when you open this report, so this is what I meant. The integration is pretty seamless, deep, and two ways. You can see how well you've been performing this month versus last month. Any sales order that comes through from your backend ERP solutions or accounting software will reflect in the CRM pretty much live. So that's pretty much with the main dashboard. Now let's try doing some live examples. Let's see if we've got this fictitious account called Michelle. So we're going to be working with Michelle Dury, who works for Browns of Ipswich. She's a regular ordering customer. And this is what we call the breadcrumb menu. At any point in time, you know where exactly you're located in the CRM. And we would highly recommend you to, all Michelle wants to do is get a quote sent out. So we highly recommend you to work on a contact so you can easily track where, what's the kind of last conversation that you've had. And if I look at the company that Michelle has been working for, Browns of Ipswich, you can see, they've been performing well and they are a loyal customer. Just going back a step. So all that we have to do is send a quote to Michelle. By all means, if you know what Michelle exactly wants to place an order, you can process a sales order. No issues whatsoever. That will be, once when you confirm the sales order, it will be pushed into your backend ERP solutions or accounting software as a draft sales order or draft invoice. And then once when you confirm it, pick, ship, and invoice it. That's pretty much it. That's how easy it is to process a sales order. But just for the demo purpose, I'm pretty sure, for the webinar purpose, I'm pretty sure a couple of the customers would like to see how a quote template might look like or quoting process works like. So I'm just going to hit the quote. And let's say you can name the quote as a top-up order. And you can also choose based on, previously if there are repeat orders that Michelle is ordering, if it's like apricot jam or, it could be various packages like jams or equipments, you can have them as based on rather than keying and losing or wasting that time. You can get them pre-populated straight away. And this is a quick quote. Let's hit create. It's going to take us to the landing page of the quote. And but at any given time, if Michelle is giving you a PO number for any reference, you can enter that right here. Or when you do scroll down, the CRM is pretty smart. Once when you hit the drop-down menu, it will only recommend the most frequently ordered items by Michelle. As you can see right here, she's pretty much ordering, the jams, and the Blissful Blueberry 3-pack, well, pretty constantly. And you can always go in and maybe just type jams. It'll give you the list of all the jams that you've got. Or you can pretty much go in and hit the search section, which gives you a bit more of a global view. As you can see, you might have close to search product, you might have close to 124 SKUs, but if you're on the phone and if you hit the other toggle button of the most popular, out of the 124 SKUs, we only recommend the most frequently ordered items by Michelle, and that's been doing well with your other customers as well. So let's quickly go and hit 10 units of that. Let's hit jam jar. Once when you hit add and close, as you can see here with the Blissful Blueberry Jam, we had linked another SKU, which has come up as a prompt that I spoke to you about earlier. And if you do feel that, if you're on the phone, you can ask Michelle, would you like to add that? You can hit go continue or you can hit skip. This is just to increase that nice little, and then another prompt that had just come up. So that's been pre-populated now straight away. And what other things can we do with our SKU? On the pencil icon over here, we give you some key financials, which shows you what's the cost price, margin, the markup that you're making, this total stock available, what's the breakdown of the warehouse, any special prices or recent history, all that gets captured right here. And we also have the ability to group products in the CRM. So which means that, if we just go in and choose all the jams to be one category, and you can name this category as jam. And the other category could be miscellaneous. So it just gives you a nice professional way to present your quotes to the customer. And there are a few ways of sending this quote. We can pretty much try to, replicate any quote templates that you have in the CRM, in your previous ERP solutions or accounting software, we have standard Word documents where that you can use, or we can pretty much, help you assist on building your quote template. Or the other way of sending it is we highly recommend you to send emails from the CRM. One of the main reasons being is, and it's also asking you to confirm the delivery details, which is great. You can say, yes, that is the delivery address we would like to go about. So one of the main reasons why we recommend you to send emails from the CRM is we've got set templates, where you can see a simple cover PDF, or you can see a basic email quote, which will give you a description of a table form where you can also add images. All that is getting captured, and you can also see the total value. Or we can also send a simple cover PDF, which does come with any action buttons as well, and which puts the onus on the customer. So this is what we were talking at the start of the demo, which gives you the option of automating a quote to order workflow. I'm not going to send this email. I'm just going to show you how this quote template looks like. So it gives you an idea on how exactly we capture that information. Just bear with me for a few seconds, please. So that's exactly how the quote template looks like. So we did do a bit of a grouping as well. You can see that's jam, and then the other one is miscellaneous. We've got your logo. And from here, if Michelle is happy with the pricing, once she hits approve, it's going to take us to the payment gateway. And Michelle can straight away approve this quote and enter the PO number. And once she hits approve, this information gets captured. We capture the IP address, and it flows back into the CRM, and then gets pushed into your backend ERP solutions or your accounting software. We're not going to bother sending this email. So if I quickly hit the refresh screen over here, you can see here it's waiting to be confirmed. By all means, if you're on the phone and if you feel like you can confirm the quote at your end as well. I just wanted to give you an example on how it looks like at the customer's end, and how they have the ability to confirm a quote, and how that information gets captured back into the CRM. The other quick thing, so till now what we saw is for servicing an existing customer. We do have the ability of connecting to Stripe. If you do want to treat this as a performer invoice, and if the customer is not part of your 30-day payment terms, you can get that payment upfront through the Stripe payment. And you can also configure your delivery methods. We capture all that information from your ERP solutions, and you can pretty much configure that as well. Just going back to the main slide, and if I quickly go back to the dashboard and say, if you do feel like if Michelle is not confirmed the code, you can set a follow-up task. Say you want to follow up like on Monday, and you can choose to any user that's in the CRM. But just for the demo purpose, I'm going to assign this to myself, and you can always say follow up Michelle regarding the quote. And once when you hit save, it's going to reflect on the quote itself. And also it's going to reflect here on the list of things to do. That's your, pretty much all the list of tasks that you need to do. So sending an email and the task manager is another key little feature and function we've got in the CRM. So till now, what we saw was servicing an existing customer, taking that quick quote and increasing their average order value. We have got other functions and features which actually focuses on, servicing those new companies, new prospects coming into the business. So we've got a key tool, which is the inquiry form, where you can host it on your website, and any inquiries that you get from your website will get saved under marketing and inquiries through the integration. And then your marketing and sales team can qualify it and then work on it accordingly. That's another little pre-prospect feature. And apart from that, you can save, as I mentioned, there's no limits on saving contacts in the CRM. You can save as many as companies or prospects, or like even contacts on the go. And we also have report builders in the CRM. I'll give you a quick example on what are the reports we have inbuilt in the CRM. But if you do want to build a specific report, we've got a step-by-step process on how to do that. And opportunities, if you want to create new opportunities, like say if you are working on a new opportunity, we've got sales pipeline. You can choose from that, and with the statuses, you can see awaiting PO or follow-up contact. All this can be configurable based on your requirement, but that's the kind of flexibility we have in the CRM to capture your new opportunities as well. And we've got another key little feature, which is if you go to the settings and you can enable your notifications. So any inquiries that you get from your website, you can pretty much make that instant, or, like any new pending or tasks can be made instant, or any new orders coming through. If a customer is checking out directly from the quote to order workflow, if a new order comes through, you will be notified straight away as well. So that's the key little, functions that we can capture in the CRM. But the main thing, two more things I want to show you before we sign off today's session and hopefully open up for a Q&A session, which is the problem ticketing solutions. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, we did have a delivery issue with the order that we sent to Michelle. So what we can do is we can create an after-sales ticketing solution, after-sales ticket here. Under Michelle, you can go in, press the plus symbol, create a problem, and let's say damaged goods. And you can also choose the pipeline that you want to work on. You can always say if it's a product return or missing item or product return. When you do a product return, we've got a statuses right from capturing the RMA number. If goods inspected, we have a workflow. Again, this can be configured just to give you a bit more of detailing into handling an issue. Or let's say for this reason, let's say it's a missing item. And you can say it's new issue, what's the cost? You can say USD, you can put that in. And once when you hit create, it's going to take us to the workflow. With any new opportunity or a problem, you have to set a follow-up task. One of the main reasons being we want to service our customers at the best way possible. For us to do that, we have to be on top of that. And let's say call Michelle and ask for a photo of the issue, whatever description you would like to type, and whoever is in charge of dealing with after-sales tickets, you can assign it to them, or just for the demo purpose, I'm going to do it for myself. Once when you hit save, it's going to reflect right here. And there's another question that we get asked a lot. Do we have a mobile app? So we don't have a mobile app, but we've got a responsive app, which means that you can pin it to your search engine and you can use the CRM anytime, anywhere, as long as you've got internet. So it's pretty much accessible on a mobile or a tab. You can pretty much go and access, and you can go in and say if you do want to say if you're on the store and if you've met Michelle and if you want to take that images, you can go to the documents tab here and you can pretty much go in, hit the plus symbol, take a photo and upload that on your tab on the go. That will reflect on the activity feed. So that's how flexible that you can use the CRM at any given stage. And once when you've done that, you can go back to the details section. And if you have resolved the issue, you can go and you can say close successfully or failed to resolve. But that's the kind of workflow we've got. And once we have resolved that issue, you can say clear task. And this gives entire visibility, not only for your sales team, but your entire operations team on what was the issue and how was it resolved and who was responsible for that. So that's pretty much how you track and resolve problems in the CRM. And finally, I wanted to show you the most important tool apart from the RFM, missing order alert, and customer trends. We've got what we call here is the Magic Matrix dashboard. Before I jump onto that, I want to quickly show you the other two dashboards that you might end up using a lot more, which is the sales rep dashboard. We give you a bit of a leaderboard, bit of a comparison on this month versus last month. We give you all the opportunities your employees are working on, current pipeline. You can also see the customer respend on quotes, any close rates, and which are the opportunities that you're pushing to close. It's a nice little UI dashboard we've got, pretty interactive. And with the sales manager's dashboard, it's a bit more of a holistic approach, which gives you the entire operations of the business, right? From, the total customers you're dealing with, the comparison with this year versus last year, all the closed deals, all the issues that you're dealing with, and any lost opportunities and any big opportunities as well. Just for you to stay on top of all of those customer, queries and complaints that you've got. And the Magic Matrix dashboard. This is a Harvard Business School idea that we didn't build again. We have adopted in the CRM. So based on the integration, what we capture is any product categories you have set up in your backend ERP solutions. I believe this is not possible in an accounting software. You can only keep them as a main category. But if you have Cin7 Core, Omni, Sage, Katana. We pretty much import this information if you have set up the category. And you can see right here, jam palette, 36 customers are unaware, 2 customers have bought it. If you look at fruit flavored jam, 12 are unaware, but 2 have bought it and 25 are aware. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to create a targeted marketing campaign. Um, so we plot your customers on the x-axis and the product on the y-axis. And you can choose the categories over here. And you can also choose the customer type that you want to be looking at, only at coffee shops or say restaurants, Shopify, small retail. You can choose the RFM segment. Who do you want to be marketing to? Let's say champion loyal, new customers, promising, and don't lose them. And what we've done here is all the categories over here. Green, obviously, meaning they've previously bought this category from you, and red meaning they're unaware, and amber means they're aware of that particular product because you've added them to a campaign previously. Blue meaning they've got a new opportunity, which means that you've sent them a quote, as we did for Michelle. So if I look at, say, one of our previous companies, Flora Farms over here, they've pretty much got every single category except the jam palette. So let's run a targeted marketing campaign. So for us to do that, let's build an awareness campaign and let's choose the jam palette. And we've already chosen the segment. We can choose the type. There are totally 17 customers in this contact list. Once when you go next, you want to run it only to the customers who are unaware. And once when you hit next, this is going to take us to a tab. We're not going to go through this entire workflow, but you can create a campaign activity for Jam Palette. And you can push that contact list to MailChimp, Klaviyo, or Spotler, add your flyers. And once when you push that campaign through, what it does to this report over here is this red dot turns into amber, which means, Flora Farm Shop is aware of the Jam Palette. And if they come back, you don't have to go check in MailChimp or Klaviyo. The response gets captured live here in the CRM under the campaign. If they are interested, they would like to know more about the product, you can send a quote. So what happens here again in this report, once when you create an opportunity, this turns into blue, which means right now there is an opportunity. And eventually they're happy with the pricing and they would like to go ahead. If they buy that category, that turns into green. So the whole idea is to make this report as green as possible and in turn increase your average order value, analyzing any cross-selling opportunity. So that's one of the top reporting tools again. And this is where the CRM really helps you analyzing all the cross-selling opportunity within your existing customer base. So with that, I believe, I just wanted to be mindful about the time, and we have given a good 13 minutes before the close of the session for any questions. What I'll do is I'll quickly jump back to the main screen over here. And we would like you just go through what are the next steps. Thank you so very much for patiently sitting through today's session and going through the process with us today. We really appreciate it. As a next step, it's actually pretty straightforward. So whatever information that we saw today, it was on a fictitious account. But if you do want to see how your data is flowing through and what are the actionable insights our CRM can provide you, we recommend you to take a free trial. This can be done through our website. Take a free trial and copy your API ID and key, paste it onto the portal, and then start the process. And with that done, and let's just go on to the Q&A session. Thank you once again patiently, for going through today's session. We really want to thank you from Prospect CRM and the Access Group. Please feel free to ask any questions if you've got. believe there's no questions as yet. Thank you once again for joining today's session. We really appreciate it. We hopefully look forward for you to start your free trial, and we're keen to meet you once again. Thank you. Cheers, guys. Bye.